In today's video, I'm gonna be testing out Sigma Beauty for the first time in years and years and years and years. I used to have some of their products before their rebrand, before they were doing what they're doing now, like 15 years ago. And since then, I've just really not tried anything from the brand. They very kindly sent me a beautiful PR package with a lot of different products, like of all different categories. So we're gonna be doing like basically a full face and seeing what these influencers are talking about. Are they right? Is this gonna be like my new favorite brand? So let's get into it. Alright, so in this package we have brushes, we have some tools, like I have the Sigma Switch and also a brush cleansing foam. I have mini cheek products, an eyeshadow palette, some lip products. I think this is gonna be really fun. I have been looking at this package like every day for the past few weeks. I didn't have time to film and I really wanted to give this my full attention, do a little bit of a wear test. So we're finally gonna do that today. Like, this package was calling my name. It was like, Marlie, Marlie, please try me. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, the first thing we're gonna try is something I have been eyeing for a long time. I'm really excited that they sent this to me. Like, I have been wanting to try this for so long, and it isn't even like a very exciting product, I think, but it is the eyeshadow base primer from them, and this is in the shade Radiance? Wait, is this a glowy eyeshadow primer? Oh, it's a shimmer finish. Oh, wait. I thought this was gonna be the cream one, like the nude colored cream one, but this is a shimmer finish eyeshadow primer. All right. That's gonna be interesting. I just assumed it was the other one. So this is like a pencil like this. This is kind of like a nude shimmery color. Let's give it a swatch. Is it gonna be really shimmery? I think it's not gonna be extremely shimmery. It seems a little like satiny almost. Okay, I'm a little on the fence because I'm a little scared that this is not gonna be enough because I have very oily eyelids. But you know, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. Like, I am gonna go to the movies like tonight. Now it's like 10:30-ish. Alright, if it starts creasing really badly, really quickly, I might take off my eyeshadow before I go to the movies because I don't want to look absolutely creased there. Okay, let's see. It's super creamy, that's for sure. Okay, if I like this a lot, I'm just gonna buy the cream one actually, because I realized that I really have been wanting to try that when seeing this. I'm gonna grab a brush to blend it out. Maybe it's gonna be good. Maybe it's gonna work. Like, sometimes you just have to give things a chance. Often I do use like my trusty old Atos eye primer if I use a liquid eyeshadow. It isn't always necessary, but usually I just love to have the security because I do have such oily eyelids. Okay, this felt really creamy going on, but now it's really like drying down. It feels a little tacky, like it definitely has a little bit of a tag to it. So that's interesting. Like, this is definitely promising. I'm liking it so far. All right, I'll give you a little bit of a zoom because I want you to be able to see what is going on. Like, it feels good. It doesn't feel creamy. It feels like sturdy and tacky. So we're gonna see if that's gonna work on me. Then I actually got the Sigma Ambiance eyeshadow palette, and this is actually a neutral eyeshadow palette with mostly warm tones. It's supposed to give a golden hour glow. I haven't swatched it yet. I have opened it. I was nosy. I really wanted to know what's in this package. I haven't swatched it. I haven't done anything really with any of these products except the Sigma Switch. I really was just dying to try that out because I've just heard so many people talking about it and liking it. So this is what the palette looks like. Very warm toned, very toasty, a very fall-esque, like it's very on theme. And then we have the golden background. We have a brush in here as well, but they also gave me a ton of brushes for the face and the eyes. So this brush actually seems pretty nice. It has kind of like this multi-use flat brush on the one side, and then we have a like crease and blending brush on the other side. All of the brushes that I have, I put them in a cup over here. All of the brushes feel quite nice, but they all have like a bit of a synthetic feel to them. Especially the eyeshadow brushes, I do feel that they are synthetic. I do feel like the quality of them is pretty similar in the palette or in the like just separate brushes, which is interesting. Like, you're getting a decent quality brush. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna do. I am really liking the look of this shimmer, so I think I want to do something with that. Let's start out with shade Basque or Basque in the crease. And I'm just gonna grab this Sigma Blending E25. This is my first time trying any Sigma brushes. I have eyed Sigma brushes over the years, definitely. I've been looking at them, but I never really pulled the trigger. Like, I've never truly tried it. This is blending really nicely on top of that primer. That's looking really nice. By the way, what I used to own from Sigma, it wasn't a lot, but I did have a few things. I had kind of like this warm neutrals eyeshadow palette. Who remembers that? I'm gonna see if I can find a picture. This was in like, I don't know, 2012. I did really like that palette. And I also had this single eyeshadow that was this really warm brown. And I ended up giving that to my friend. I don't know if she still has it, but that one I did quite like. But this was like ages ago. Like, since they started with this format for their eyeshadow palettes, I have been thinking I want to try them, but I never did. Because I was just thinking, if I try this brand, I'm probably really gonna like it, and then I have another brand that I want to buy from. Like, sometimes it's just some self-protection, I guess. This is blending really nicely. I'm really liking this. This is kind of like a taupey mustard look almost, like where this is going. But that blended out really good. But I usually really do like blending mattes on top of a shimmer. I feel like that just makes the blend look really good. I am gonna take the blending side from the brush from the palette and just blending the edges. I feel like that's going really well. And then what should I do? Maybe I want to go into this shade called Sunspot. It kind of is more of a chocolatey brown, but it has a little bit of almost burgundy in it, it seems. Could be the lighting, but I think that could be an interesting shade to try. We also have this more cool tone brown, which is really nice to have in a palette like this. But I think I'm gonna go with Sunspot. And I'm grabbing this Precision Firm Blender. This is the E42. This seems like such a nice shape to add color to the outer corner, to add depth. Like, have this smaller, precise brush. That is very nice. Sigma did offer me to have a code with them, but of course I couldn't say yes yet because I hadn't tried them. They were like, if you want a code, let us know. So if I'm really liking this, I might pop up a code, an affiliate code at the end. Or maybe not, who knows. But there might be a code. If I feel like I have to think on it a little more, it could come later. Like, I really have no experience with what Sigma is about now, so only what other influencers have told me. Okay, this blend is really nice. I'm really liking it. I feel like where you blend the mattes on top of that shiny primer, it's actually still looking matte. It's still looking really good and still blending really beautifully. I feel like that's working really well. Maybe this shiny primer is like a world is opening up to me. Who knows? I think I want to grab the shade Days, this one, and that looks kind of like a cool tone, almost pinky beige. And I want to just go over the edges with that. I feel like doing this sometimes makes looks pull a little bit more like neutral cool, which is what I prefer. That is really nice for the blend. I am really liking the mattes so far from this palette. Like, really nice. Okay, I think it's time to go into a shimmer. I think I wanna go into the shade called Candlelight first. This is the first time I'm swatching a shimmer. Okay, this is really beautiful. That's actually really, really beautiful. I was thinking that Sigma had more like standard shimmers, but that is actually really pretty and sparkly. That is textured. Ooh. I feel like I've been missing out. I feel like I've been missing out on Sigma. Like, people have been trying to tell me, but I was like, nah, that is so pretty. Ooh, can't wait to swatch this palette. That is so pretty. I am really liking it. And it's not pulling like extremely warm, so like you can go in different directions. All right, now what I'm really eyeing is the shade Marigold over here. It's looking super shiny, a little duochrome-y. I want to put that more towards my inner corner. Just look at that. Very like peach to gold. It almost seems a little lime. It's really pretty. I see I have a little bit of fallout with this shade, but it's really beautiful. I am gonna like clean up my face a little bit, and we're doing the eyes first for a reason. All right, for the lower lash line, I think I'm gonna go into shade Oasis over here. Do I have a brush that works for the lower lash line? I think I'm just gonna go with this kind of like flat-ish brush. I think that's gonna work, yes. That is very nice. I honestly had no idea how I was gonna like the Sigma eyeshadow formula, but I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. For the inner corner, I'm gonna go into Firefly. I hope that's light enough. I don't know if I have a pencil brush. All right, I'm gonna grab a pencil brush from another brand. Firefly looks like kind of a sparkly champagne gold. Ooh, really pretty. I am really liking these shimmers. I really hope this eyeshadow is gonna last on me. And then I want to try another shimmer. I think I'm gonna go with shade Luster over here, which seems more kind of like that pinky beige, champagne pink kind of color. It seems a little bit more satin. And I don't really have a brush that I'd like to apply it with, so I'm gonna grab another pencil brush again. Just gonna sweep that under here. So a little bit more of a standard shimmer. And lastly, let's try the dark chocolatey brown, and I'm gonna use this really flat, precise brush. And I'm gonna see if I can use that for my shadow liner. Yeah, that is a really nice brush for that actually. Okay, so far the eye brushes have been working well for me. When I felt them, I was kind of like, wasn't exactly what I was expecting. Like you feel that they're synthetic, but the way they're working is like very good. Very good for me. Now I haven't had to use the Sigma switch for this video because I was using clean brushes and like it was all very similar shades. So I wanted to quickly mention that I do like the Sigma switch. It's a nice thing to have on your desk. It's nicer than just having a towel and just cleaning it like that. It has kind of like these little spikes, and if you go with your brush over it, your product, the product that you want to get off, kind of like falls in between them, and I feel like that works really well. That way you can like reuse and reuse it quite often before you have to like clean it. I do feel like it's easier with like softer colors, more neutral colors. Like if you want to switch from a bright green to a red or something like that, it can still be a little tricky. Maybe this is not like the way to go, but it is a very handy tool, I think. All right, I tried to take off some of the glitter. I think we're ready for the skin. Okay, before I'm gonna do skin, I actually have a lip oil here, the Renew Lip Oil, and I got it in the shade, just as Renew Lip Oil Tint. I was thinking it was gonna be a certain shade. Do they have different shades in this? I don't see it. But it's enriched with jojoba oil, sunflower seed oil, and vitamin E. And I think this is nice to try to see how it hydrates my lips. The packaging is cute. We have the holographic Sigma logo, which I think is a cute touch. It looks kind of like a mid-tone nude. Is this the only shade? It just says Tint. I'm gonna look on the website what's going on. And we have this like thicker, plushy kind of doe foot that a lot of lip oils have. But a lot of lip oils that I've tried with the doe foot are a little like weirdly packaged because you can't get the doe foot out because it's too big for the packaging. But this was a nice packaging experience. Okay, this is feeling really smooth. It's looking glossy. It has a very slight tint. I wouldn't say it changes much. I would say you can easily wear this when you don't have any other makeup on. It feels really smooth. I'm gonna check the website. Oh, we have the lip creams, of course, but that's something else for sure. And then we have the Renew Lip Oil. We have different colors. Ah, and this one is just called Tint Neutral Nude Sheen. Okay, so Tint is the color name. Good to know. Okay, I got different shades of the Skin Tint by Sigma. They did give me Fair Ivory Tint, Light Beige Tint, and then I also got the medium one. I am sure that I'm never going to be able to wear the medium one because I've never been and never will be a medium. I am light at best, at my most tan skin tone. So I think I'm gonna open the Fair Ivory Tint and see what that looks like. I've been very interested in the Skin Tint, so I'm very excited that I get to try it now. And this is the Skin Perfector Hydrating Tint enriched with hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, plant-derived squalene and niacinamide, so a lot of nice ingredients. Ultra smooth formula provides hydrating skin boost of a moisturizer and the lightweight coverage of a liquid foundation for a natural looking radiant finish. So that sounds really good. The packaging looks nice. It's just a plastic with this kind of like golden cap and then a nude bottle. It has 33 milliliters. I guess it's pretty much the usual. Shake bottle before use. Apply on the center of the face with a foundation brush of your choice. Blend outward using a circular motion. Okay, I'm gonna shake it and then we're gonna see what the color is like. I think this is probably gonna be my type of color. Okay, oh wow, it's pretty light actually. Could that work? Could it work? It's pretty light. I think that would actually be too light on me right now. Yeah. That's gonna make me look ghostly probably, but I'm gonna save that shade for the winter because I'm gonna get more fair, more fair, and more fair. Alright, then we have Light Beige Tint, and this is gonna be the second to lightest. It could also be that I have to mix them. Let's give it another shake. Okay, I think this looks more up my speed, but it does look quite peachy. But I think I'm just gonna try this one. I think it's gonna be the closest. It feels more moussey than I was expecting. It doesn't feel like super runny or liquidy. That's very interesting. I'm not gonna apply, I think, a primer. I did moisturize my face very well. We're just gonna see what this does on its own. And for the foundation brush, I think I'm gonna go with the flat Kabuki stippling brush. This is the F80. I think this will probably work for me. Like, this is not really runny at all. It's very interesting. It's not really what I was expecting, but that's also because I have been trying some runny products. I think that is a pretty good shade on me. So I guess this is gonna work on its own. I don't think I'm gonna have to mix it. It's a little bit of a big brush, but I have quite a small face. I'm a small person with a small face. I feel like that is looking pretty good. I'm just gonna do one side first and then see how I feel about it. Alright, so here we have the Skin Tint and here we have not the Skin Tint. I feel like it's a subtle difference. You do see it. It doesn't look extremely makeup, which I like. I'm gonna do a little bit of an up-close assessment. I think it's looking pretty good. I think it's looking like flattering. It's not looking heavy. It's not looking like weird. Yeah, it looks like my skin and it doesn't feel weird. It doesn't feel too heavy or too hydrating. I actually am really liking this. Like, it just gives a subtle hint of a tint. Just makes it look a little bit more smoother, which is what I like when it comes to skin tints and just skin products like this in general. And it even looks pretty good on my nose. Okay, I'm liking it so far. And I feel like the brush is working well with this. I also feel like the brush is applying this a little bit more like subtle, a little bit more airbrushed, a little less heavy because it has a dual fiber. It just doesn't apply it as like thick and heavy, blending it onto the neck a little. Okay, I'm happy that this doesn't look too crazy. I feel like this is looking good. I would definitely use this again. Like, it just looks like my skin and that is what I want to go for. That is what I want to see and I'm just really liking it. I think it doesn't look too makeup and yeah, I would definitely reach for this one again. Like, it depends on the wear as well, but I'm really liking it. Alright, I think it's time for the bronzer. I got two matte bronzers, one in shade light, one in shade medium. I'm gonna open the medium because I did have a little peek and the medium actually didn't look like too dark on me. It looked more like a light. So let's see. I think the packaging is pretty cute. It is very fingerprinty though. It has this magnetic closure, which is nice. This is what the medium looks like. It looks like it will work on me, right? And it looks like a pretty cool tone shade. Like, that is something that I would probably enjoy. We also have the light. I'm just gonna swatch the light next to it. It's a little strange though that a medium works on me because I'm definitely not a medium skin tone. So here we have the light. It's definitely very light. That's gonna be a very subtle bronzer. So this is the light, this is the medium. What do you think? Or should we try a little bit of the light first just to see how much it shows up on me? I think I'm gonna do that. I have different brushes for the face. I think I'm gonna go with this Sigma HD bronze. It's a very fluffy, very big brush. I'm just gonna try it, but it might be a little bit too big for my face. Just gonna dip into the powder bronzer, tap it off a little, and let's see. Like maybe this could be nice for a more diffused bronze look, which I usually do like. I don't want it to look too sharp. I just want to look overall a little bit more bronze. I usually also mix my bronzer into my blush quite a bit. Looking pretty good. I don't know about the brush, but I do like the bronzer. Like the brush is very big. I don't know, maybe I have to get used to it. It's a little bit outside of my comfort zone. I like this bronzer because it does have quite a nice skin-like finish. It blends well on top of that skin tint. Yeah, I think I like something a little bit more precise, but this brush could also be used as kind of like a setting brush all over the face. I don't know. Maybe blush? For that it would also be a little big. Okay, I like the bronzer. I like the way my skin is looking right now. I realized that I also have some setting powder. I usually don't really set my face because I just don't get oily. I have very dry skin. It's just the way it is. If I set my face a little bit, it's because my products are shiny and I just want to take the shine down a little bit. But this skin tint isn't very shiny on me. It's just like a skin-like finish. It also doesn't feel like it's gonna crease on me or anything. So, well, we might just try it. We might just try it. We might just see how it looks. So I have two of these powders. These are the soft focus setting powder. This is shade Vanilla Bean, and this is what it looks like. It's the lightest one, I think. This one also has a vitamin E and hyaluronic acid. I do believe I heard that these are a little bit on the glowy side. It is that loose powder with the sifter. Let's see how we're gonna get this sticker off though. Let's see, this is a soft blend concealer brush. I think this is also gonna work for powder. Let's just powder the forehead a little bit and see what that does. I'm just tapping that off a little. I got a lot on the brush. And let's see. Wow, that is blurring. That is definitely blurring all my forehead lines. Ooh, that just disappeared. I suddenly look 10 years younger. That is looking good. It's looking very good. I'm gonna apply a little right over here and right over here. Sometimes my makeup creases right there because I smile and then that creases. I think that powder is looking good. I do feel like I have to try it with different things, with different kind of products, because this is not a very shiny look right now, and I feel like then we really get to test it out. It does feel really good. I like the way this feels. Some powders feel really slippery on the skin to me. Like it doesn't really feel like skin anymore at all, but this feels really good. So far so good. Can't say a lot about the powder, but we tried it. Okay, I did my brows, I did my mascara, and I'm definitely ready for some blush. I have a cream blush and a powder blush. So I'm really excited to try these formulas. The cream blush I have in the shade Pashmina. It says, give your cheeks a radiant, dewy flush of color with a silky smooth cream blush, formulated with nutrient-rich ingredients, long-wearing lightweight texture. I am just gonna apply the cream blush first, and then we're gonna apply a little bit of the powder blush on top. I really like the packaging of this blush. It looks really cool and chromy and kind of futuristic. And then this blush is kind of like, I don't know, a very warm pink, a slightly corally shade actually. Let's give it a swatch. It feels really creamy. It is quite a, like, yeah, corally shade. I am gonna grab this brush. This is the F47 Multitasker, and this is looking really interesting, really good. I am really excited to try this for a cream blush. So let's see. This brush feels really soft. The cream blush is very lightweight, I would say. I feel like it pulls quite pink. Like it doesn't look as corally on my cheeks. It's looking pretty. It's blending out nicely. I think that looks nice. I am really liking this color. I have taken a little bit more on the brush. Now I'm also really liking this brush. I feel like this might be my favorite so far from the like face brushes. I feel like I like the blush most kind of like build up, then it looks most smooth. There's a lot. I applied a lot of blush. I'm blending the edges a little bit with my concealer brush from Singe. I don't really have the right brush from Sigma right now. I really like this blush. I'm almost like, do I have to try the powder? But we're gonna try the powder on top. We're gonna do it because I want to try all these products. There's a really nice cream blush. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel sticky. It does dry down, but you have some time to manipulate it, which I really like. I think my skin is looking really good. The powder blush is called Sunset Kiss. And this one has a deeper brown packaging. It looks really beautiful. And this is kind of like a more cool toned, muted medium pink. I think it's gonna go well together. And for this one, I am gonna try the contour slash blush brush, the F53 Air. And this looks like a pretty nice shape to like apply cheek products. And it's like this dual fiber once again, so it's gonna apply it a little like lighter, which I do appreciate having something like that in my collection, because sometimes you just have very pigmented cheek products and it can get a little bit tough to apply the right amount. I am very blush right now, I know, but I'm kind of loving it. I'm blending it backwards a little. I feel like those work together very well. Great choices for blush. I'm really liking my look. I'm just really liking how this is turning out. Like, I have no complaints. I have no complaints about this. I feel very beautiful. Sometimes I just get a little scared to try like a full face of new makeup before I film other videos, before I have to go outside, but I shouldn't have been. Alright, we have 2 more products to try. I have a highlighter as well from Sigma. This is the highlighter in Sizzle. So this is the powder highlighter. And this just says brighten up your complexion with this illuminating pressed powder highlighter. This is in a similar packaging but golden. I really like the packaging, and this shade is really like this lighter champagne. It looks very blinding. Ooh, it looks very smooth actually. This is the highlighter. That is stunning. Looks stunning. I have a highlighter brush here. This is the High Cheekbone Highlighter F03. This is a brush that I have been eyeing for years, actual years, but I never went for it. Like, once I'm buying brands, I buy a lot, but then it sometimes takes a lot for me to actually get into it. This is beautiful, very smooth, very glowy. If you take a lot, it's gonna be very impactful, but you can also apply it a little bit more subtly. Like, this is less, this is more. Very beautiful. I think this is gorgeous. I'm gonna match this side. It's gonna be glowy. And then I'm gonna go back in with that blush brush and kind of like blend this all together. I just want it to be one glowy cheek. I really like this. I really like it. Okay, we have one last product to try. Very excited to try this. So this is the Infinity Point lipstick. This is in shade New Mod. And this is a lipstick that I've heard a lot about, but I haven't tried it myself, obviously. And I just really want to see what this formula is like. And this is a formula that is always pointed because of how this packaging is shaped. You can see the teardrop shape. Because of that, you always have a point. I love, once again, these holographic details. Let's look at the shade. Okay, it looks kind of like this My Lips But Better rosy brown kind of color. I'm kind of thinking I would want to use a lip liner. I'm going to apply a little bit of lip liner. I applied a little bit of Catrice Queen Vibes lip liner, and now let's try this lipstick. I think it's going to be more of a cream formula. Is that correct? Smooth satin lipstick in an iconic nude mauve. Feels a little weird to hold, a little strange to hold this type of lipstick. Like, it's very different. than what I'm used to. Oh, it's so weird. Like, how do I hold this? It's a little strange. I never realized how a lipstick packaging affects the hold. The hold you have on it. Okay, it's not super creamy. Like, it is creamy, but it's definitely more of a satin matte, like satin-ish lipstick. Like, sometimes people call things satin that are almost a glossy lipstick. Alright, this feels very comfortable. Looks like a really nice shade. It's a beautiful nude-ish mauve. I really like how it complements this look, how it finishes the look. I think this makeup is turning out great. I'm very happy with how this is looking. This is gonna be the finished look of today's video, and as I said, I'm really happy with it. I really love how everything turned out. I actually liked every product that I tried today. Of course, I have to try them out a little bit more. This is my very first time experiencing Sigma as they are now. Like, there is a lot going on here, and I just really need to like dive into these products and really test them out. I am gonna come back with a little bit of an update, I think in 5 hours, something like that, before I go to the movies, so that I don't really have to think about it like later at night, to tell you how it held up, how it is still looking after a few hours. But so far I can tell you I'm really liking how my eyes are looking, really liking how my skin is looking, and the lips feel really nice, very comfortable. I'm just overall really happy with the look. It really just depends right now how this is gonna hold up, but I'm very excited. Okay, so it is currently 16:14 and I had this on for about 5 hours, I think. I forgot to check at what time I actually like stopped doing my makeup. But so far, I'm pretty impressed. I ate a big bowl of juicy pasta. It was very greasy, it was very cheesy, but I feel like the lipstick is still looking very good. It doesn't look freshly applied, but I would still just go out and walk around like this. I feel like mostly the liner here has faded a little bit, but the lipstick itself, it's still on. I still see the color, it still feels comfortable. So I'm actually pretty like excited about how well that lipstick wore. The skin tint is looking freshly applied. It's looking really good. It's feeling really nice and lightweight. It's actually basically like I'm not wearing anything. It's looking very natural. I really like the color on me. So far, skin tint, really nice. I really love the cheek products. They haven't faded. And there's no creasing of my eyeshadow. I am very excited about that. That is looking very promising so far. So I am gonna see at what point my eyeshadow will actually crease. But if this eye primer really works, I am so happy, because it's so hard for me to find an eyeshadow primer that actually works on me. I've tried so many, and so many of them actually made my eyeshadow crease. I use this very unglamorous Atos eye primer, and I've been looking for something else for such a long time, because I want to be able to recommend something to you, and this is only available in the Netherlands, but this is like the only thing really that has worked on my very oily eyelids. So I'm very excited to see how long this is gonna wear. I feel like everything worked well on me. Everything I liked. So I'm actually gonna send an email to Sigma and ask if they could generate an affiliate code for me, because I'm very excited to use these products more. I'm just very happy, very thankful that I got the chance to try these products. And if you've seen anything in this video that you think, wow, that is so beautiful, that looks so nice, you can use my code if you want to, but never feel like you have to. And that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.